Cryptillians and crypto crackheads, today is Wednesday, April 7th, and you're about to get timified. New viewers, you have not seen a channel like this one in the crypto YouTube space. I am in a special niche or niche. Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to read white papers and tell you how awesome a project is and get you to click and buy it. I will not be interviewing CEOs and say how awesome and how all the goals are for this project is to get you confident in buying it. I'm not going to be doing that. Not that that's bad, but that's not what's going to happen here. What I'm going to do is I know that you've had the feeling that every time you click buy, price goes down. Every time you click sell, price goes up, right? It's a running joke out there on Reddit because no one really knows what they're doing, especially since you're a retail investor. This channel is for retail investors. I'm going to do two things on this channel. First, I'm going to teach you how to press click when you buy with confidence. So statistically, you know I am having a fantastic chance that price will not go down from this point. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm going to teach you that buying and praying, hopefully hoping that your theta that you bought after it went up 3,000% goes up forever, or your veracity or your OMI or whatever. I'm going to teach you that it is a horrible strategy. And I'm going to teach you how to take profits like a boss to always be selling. Not that you should always sell all of your bags, but you'll see from our library videos down below how to 20 bag things to that effect. So I don't know who's calling me. I should have turned off that phone. I guess you couldn't see that anyway. Anyway, I'm going to teach you how to take profits like a boss in this market, because that's how you're going to maximize your earning potential in this short-lived bull run, which likely will end around December or January. If you don't believe me, watch my market cycles and crashes video. And if you don't believe me, you're going to be wrong. And if you don't watch the rest of the, at least that video, then you're going to be in for a bad surprise, because everything's going to drop around 95% besides Bitcoin by around January 2023. So that's what we're doing. I'm here to help you make money. Because I know you're scared to sell. I know that when you click buy, the price is dropping on you. So let's get after it. And feel free to go back and watch my videos on ×2 speed. Watch this video on ×2 speed, because sometimes I go off on very valuable tangents. Hopefully they're all valuable. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So cryptillians and crypto crackheads, are you ready? New viewers, if you like what you see, when you hit subscribe, if you do that, I don't care if you do or not. Don't care if you hit thumbs up. But if you subscribe, there's one rule in the fine print. You have to tell me in the comments below, if you are a cryptillian or a crypto crackhead, you have to choose your crypto pronoun. Ready? Let's go. All right. So I actually remembered to make myself small. Woo, I don't have to re-record this 15 minutes in. All right. So anyway, Bitcoin, as most of my viewers know that I've been saying for quite a while, this is all a setup. It's a 4-part setup. Started with Cardano. The news was pushed on YouTubers. All the retail investors started buying. Then Bitcoin went up, and then longs and shorts started getting crushed with all the volatility, essentially taking stimulus check money from gamblers who came to the crypto space, because the first wave of retail investors are here. And then a couple YouTubers were likely paid to talk about Ethereum, that it's going up to 2,800. Obviously that didn't work out, just like I've been warning people. I warned people about the Cardano fake pump, and then I let people know that, hey, Bitcoin does not have the juice to break all-time highs, and look what's happening. And now, could it correct a little bit, a lot less than what I'm thinking and go up? Absolutely. But at the time, I warned people, across, this reverse head and shoulders here, it's going to break up. No, it wasn't. It never was going to. If you're watching traders talking about freaking patterns, just please, I want you to know that that's bottom feeder traders. People like me are taking their money, because in order for me to short, you need to be longing. Okay? That is a base rule. It has to happen. Maybe not you and me specifically, but you get the point. So, anyway, that's kind of a backstory of these last 3 weeks. And then in my last video, I let folks know, hey, the third trick that folks are doing is probably paying 1 or 2 big YouTubers to talk about Ethereum for 2,800, and then all the other YouTubers started talking about it, then retail investors started getting it, dropped in their faces after they longed, liquidated more stimulus money gamblers, and then Litecoin was its last trick, and I let folks know in the last video, this is probably the exchange's last trick before they stop using their own money to support these 4 and paying YouTubers and or starting the YouTube hype with retail investor money. That's all. The rug is going to be swept out after this last trick, and boom, look what happened. And Litecoin actually went up a little higher than I thought. Like I was impressed. I think it hit like 250. That was a big spike. But it was this last trick. People trying to short it, seeing Bitcoin going down, it liquidated them, and the people who still thought Ethereum was going to go up longed Litecoin as well, and it crushed them as well. Crushed shorts, crushed longs. This is just taking gamblers' money everywhere. This has never happened before. First off, this is so exciting to watch as somebody who has a decent grasp of the market. And what you're seeing here, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin. So obviously you have that reverse head and shoulders, which they only have a 30% chance of playing out in Bitcoin. I don't know why pattern traders pattern trade in freaking crypto. It doesn't work. So just save yourself the time. I'm telling you. Okay. Even if you have a really good system and you could be profitable in it, sure, I bet there are a lot of people are. But it's like literally the least optimal way to trade in Bitcoin. Okay, I'm trying to save you from that stuff. And even if you don't consider you're a trader, you're just somebody who's trying to take $10,000, turn it into $1 million, you can do it. Okay, so this is what the channel's about. Anyway, so that's a summary of the last 3 weeks. What I've been saying for a long time before pretty much anybody could see it is at least starting to play out. Will it play out exactly as I was saying? I actually kind of had my doubts now. I just think Bitcoin has gone sideways so long. I just think that the lower time frames have been filling up their gas tank, and it might not go as low as I'm thinking. I think the probability of it is less than 50% now, but it could still be the most probable among all probabilities because, as we know, we have the weekly. Let's go to the weekly time frame. The weekly 21 EMA will be crossing this origin line, which, watch my last video, I explained that. It's crossing, and I still think it's very probable it sucks price into it, and I don't think price is going to go much lower than 45,000. So I'm going to up my ante. Bitcoin has stayed stronger, going sideways, and there are 2 ways to correct. You can go sideways for a long time without dropping. That's a correction, because what you're doing is you're allowing your weekly moving averages to catch up. That's all that needs to happen, right? That's all that happens. Or you can go sideways and down with a few dips that then it touches the moving averages and has confidence to lift off of them. So essentially these weekly moving averages, especially the 10 and the 21, for altcoins it's typically the weekly 10, because altcoins move way too fast to even ever think about coming down to the weekly 21. At least small cap altcoins do. So that's essentially what happens. That's the 2 ways that a coin can scream up, several 100% like Bitcoin without really ever having a real nice correction and letting its weekly indicators come up. So that's kind of a market overview here. So what I think could play out, so in this channel, new viewers, we do the 3 most probable and 2 what ifs, right? Okay, so here we go. I think among the top 3 probable things that could play out is that Bitcoin plays between these 2 lines that I've drawn. One of the lines is from the 4-hour. The 4-hour candles hold a lot of weight across, even traditional markets. It really does. Does it hold as much weight as the weekly? Absolutely not. Hell no. Nothing really does. And in Bitcoin, it's such a young asset that I think the weekly is just more strategic to use than even the monthly, even though monthly signals often overpower everything, but it's not as usable. Bitcoin's too young. Anyway, so if you see that I have connected the recent lows together, and that would be the low end. The higher end is, I think, the daily candle, where the candle's actually closed. And nope, must be the weekly. I'm not the greatest at using TradingView. It should be the daily. So clearly I have drawn that line wrong. So let me redraw this. It's kind of close. Right there. And right there. So I think the play will be between these 2 lines. There we go. Hopefully I get that straight. All right, let's go back to the 4-hour. So that's why those lines there. The play will likely be the bottom, could be, as one of the most probable things, the play on the 4-hour candles, on the low, the recent lows, or the daily. So it'll be the 4-hour or the daily candles, right? And right there. Okay. All right. So I think Bitcoin will flirt around these lines and probably not wick a ton past 54.4. Depending. So if it goes sideways for a while, it might not wick much past 55, right? But if it keeps going with current trajectory, stutter steps, maybe goes like this, it might not dip past, about 54.4. And that probably aligns with something we're seeing over here with some type of support on the 4-hour. Yes, it does. Okay, so it aligns with all this. So I think that among all probabilities, this might be more than 30% probable. So now, do I think there's one thing that could be slightly more probable? I do. I think it's the weekly play. I think the weekly has a better chance of overpowering both the daily and the 4 hour together. But sometimes though, when the weekly does get flipped and overpowered, sometimes the 4 hour and the daily together can overpower the weekly. It's almost like, you know, an 11-year-old and a 17-year-old arguing with a parent. The weekly is the parent. You know, usually the parent can overpower just the 17-year-old or the 11-year-old, but together, sometimes they win the war, right? Like the argument or whatever, you know? So that's what could happen. And so if you're a new viewer, just what's happening on the weekly almost always overpowers what goes on below it, right? But not always, especially if all the children are in unison to convince the parent of something else. Sometimes that unity among those smaller time frames, smaller people, will overpower the parent. And I think that, I mean, it's got a really good double-digit chance of happening. Because honestly, Bitcoin is just freaking strong. It's so much stronger than 2016 and 2017. This is what, if you are new to the space, I mean, I kind of feel bad that you can't appreciate the fireworks from like, you know, like just a very in-depth perspective, but in terms of even if you're just buying and holding and really missing out on a lot of profit taking, you're still experiencing it kind of. So you're lucky to be here. Like this is a good bull market. The space is so much better. Anyway, so that I think that's the second most probable situation. The third most probable situation, or I mean the first most probable in my mind. Now, do I have some statistical analysis where I can like definitely like put a stamp on it? You know, no, I don't. It's just my viewing price action, how it moves, and which one plays out, which one doesn't over time. I haven't run analysis on this, but I think it's slightly more, but probably not much more. I bet it might only be like a 35 or 40% chance that Bitcoin does what I think it's going to do, and it's going to be playing out that fractal that I was talking about in my last video. So if you want to see my last video, go watch it on ×2 speed. I think Bitcoin, in a nutshell, on the weekly, will pass this origin line and tap the weekly 21, just like it did in 2017. In 2017, after it went 160% past its all-time high, and that's pretty much what Bitcoin's doing, 200%. I think it's coming down, tap, and boom. And then I think it's going to be off to the races for several months. I mean, at least till 70,000 bucks. And then it might only stutter step there, honestly, and do like a 15% correction. I don't think it'll correct until it gets like 110,000 bucks, like a 33% correction. We'll probably have 2 of those this bull run, just like I think we had 3 last bull run, and I think we'll have 2 this time. Just Bitcoin's so strong, so this is probably going to be the first one. So I'm still thinking, oh yeah, and that's the second reason why I think it's more probable this will play out, because historically Bitcoin loves to, well, actually, I don't know. 40,000 still in play, yo. So I would say this is the third most probable. I think the third most probable is 40,000 bucks. I think that's still in play. I mean, really, that's actually a moderate correction for Bitcoin. Is 33%. A deeper correction is 38. 40,000 still in play. I don't think it's the most probable. I don't think it's the second most probable. It might be close to tied for the second most probable, but anyway, I don't think it's going to dip much past this origin line. In fact, I think it'll come down and have a green week above it, essentially, and then come down and tag the line and then go up. I'm really thinking it'll stutter step here. And it might not stutter step on the week. It might just be one day and then all in 1 week and just goes, like that's totally possible. But it'll stutter step on at least one time frame, like the daily or the 4 hour, something to that effect. But it might not stutter step on the weekly. It might just go straight through it and then ping back up. All right. So, yeah. So I think that's the overall market. What's the 3 most probable? 2 what ifs is if this screams down immediately and just has multiple 2 red candles, hits 40K, like, you know, quickly in the matter. So this weekly candle closes in 4 days. So if that would happen in 10 days, that would be a what if. I don't think it'll happen that fast if it hits 40K. And the second what if is it might hold support. So these like probabilities are like, you know, less than 10% chance, I would say, it hits this line, keeps going sideways. You know, you can keep going sideways and then go, because it'll let the weekly catch up to a certain degree. Like if it goes sideways till freaking June, I mean, it could. So, and then maybe even a third what if is just goes up, like because Bitcoin's strong. So that's what I see going on. Everything what I just said kind of applies in its own way to Ethereum, Cardano, just everything follows Bitcoin. So if you're new to this and you don't know that, that's why I knew like this was like a 4-part trap because of stimulus money. This crap doesn't happen. Stuff follows Bitcoin. It was clearly a unison of coins that you can leverage trade. This was like a quadruple trap, okay? If you're trying to catch mice, do you set just one trap? No, you don't. If you've never set mouse traps, then that's not a good analogy, huh? But or a rat trap. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, that's what I got. So let's mix this video. I typically do one Bitcoin and market psychology overview, and then a separate video on altcoins. But let's just flash through some altcoins because everything's going to be down pretty much, so it's not going to be quite as exciting. And so I'm not gonna have to spend time telling you about exit points and profit taking points and all that stuff, right? So, but typically in my videos, I help you understand how to set levels to take profits like a boss. So if you're new to this channel, like go back like I don't know a week and a half and just start watching my stuff on ×2 speed. It's going to help you. Like you'll make so much more money. So much more money, I promise. I mean, hell, just look at the comments on it, seriously. And then I don't suggest that you join my Patreon until you have watched at least 10 of my videos, and maybe including the library videos, because the community there, they've had a lot of time to learn about all the jargon and the strategy to set up. So try to watch at least 10 of my videos, perhaps including in that the library videos down below. If you want to check us on Patreon, please do yourself a favor and do that before you decide to click and join, please. Anyway, so be pro. All right, so here's a great example of what I keep saying. And this, new viewers and continued viewers, I know it's really hard to understand. I didn't understand this it took me years. Okay, let me flip this. I'm on the lower time frame. Okay, yeah, I like this one for the lower time frame, so you can see who's in control. So on the 2-hour time frame, the bulls just lost control. Okay, on the shorter time frames, the bears have been in control since way back here on people, right? But the bulls lost control on the 2-hour, actually just now. So anyway, okay, so be pro FUD news. I get it. However, the chart is still not saying bad news. Okay, it's saying maybe, like, be aware, but it's definitely not confirmed. So I think it's much more probable that this is a mixture of people who bought here, because everybody loves buying green candles, it's so much fun. And then they got here, oh my gosh, they market sold because they don't even know what this line is, and it costs this, and then Bitcoin's going down and like this. So all those 3 market psychology conditions combined, I think that's more likely than just FUD news. Maybe a little bit of FUD newsters who think that's true, but whatever. I don't think that's the majority, okay? Anyway, so, oops, I went back too far. Or did I? No, I did not. I don't think this is news. Now, the way you can tell that you can confirm that the news is in the charts is on the weekly. Okay, and you can use both the Bitcoin pairing and the dollar pairing. So, gosh darn it, I don't have my 10 on here. I'm sorry. Anyway, the weekly 10 EMA is somewhere around here. Okay, as cryptonians and crypto crackheads know, you gotta get down to get up. Altcoins, when they correct, they like to correct to the 10 EMA almost every single time, especially if the run is over 500%, which BPROS has been like 2,000%. Very natural. Very natural. Yes, this was a support that we thought it would probably stay over and essentially allow this to catch up for a whole month as it went sideways. So I called sideways movement like 3 weeks ago, because it just had to happen. I already knew that, and I thought it was going to be strong enough where it wouldn't come down to meet it, okay? But I pretty much already knew it would go sideways for a while, which is exactly what I was doing, and I already knew it was going to happen, and a lot of people didn't believe me. But now you're seeing that you maybe should listen to what I'm saying, because I've done this a couple times, right? It's not my first rodeo. And honestly, all the stuff I'm doing is pretty basic stuff. And if you do this for over a year and a half, you'll understand that it's just like the back of your hand, right? But I know this looks like magic to most people. I get it. I freaking understand. Anyway, so why did I get off the weekly? I'm talking about the weekly. Sorry. So the weekly time frame, this is completely normal. The only non-normal thing is that it did not go sideways in order to let it catch up, but rather it's coming down to test it. So actually, what is happening now could mean, or actually would mean, without news. So this is the point where you can see news or not, right? Because it's coming down, faster than what we thought, instead of going sideways, that means it will go up faster than what I thought before the last day of April, or May 1st. I was thinking it might take till the last week of April. Because it's going down, you gotta get down to get up. And when you say it, you gotta say it just like that, with like that weird P at the end. That's the rules. Look at the fine print at the bottom. Anyway, it should go up faster now, okay? Because it satisfied its need to hit that weekly 10. However, if the news is going to be real, you'll be able to see it. When it hits that weekly 10 EMA, which, sorry, I didn't have it pulled up. I'm trying to play with other ribbons and stuff right now, so I'm just experimenting with my trading. And so if you want to see my chart, how to set my normal chart, I have a video on how to set up my normal chart. So sorry, my chart's not normal right now. I should have switched it before I started this video. I apologize. I need to get in the habit. Anyway, so once it hits that, that weekly 10, wherever the hell it would be, because I'm not on the weekly, it goes something like this. The news is real if BPRO gets rejected from that support and or rejected from this support and then doesn't come back up. Something like that. If you see anything similar to that, now on first pass, if it goes like this, comes like that, that's normal, and then it should go right up. But it should not get stuck below, especially this line. Okay? Can it get rejected once in normal? Yeah, sure. Something like that, bam. But if it gets rejected from this first line more than like a day and a half, it's looking bad. If it gets stuck for a week, that's real bad. That's definitely seeing the news in the charts. And the same applies. If it can't pass this on the second pass, like let's say on a daily candle, because it should fly up hard after hitting this 10 EMA on the weekly. If this doesn't happen, or anything stronger than that, that's seeing the news in the chart. Okay, so until you can confirm that this does or does not happen, you don't know if that news is actually like for real. But you will be able to see it if it's real. I promise you. This is why I don't need white papers. I don't need your CEO talks. I don't need it. I can see how strong a freaking coin is in the charts. Okay, that's why I know Cardano is weak as hell, because you can't see it on the dollar chart though. Actually, you can, but because versus Bitcoin, it is weak as hell. Oop, wrong chart. Binance, sorry. Look, it's not even halfway up its freaking chart versus Bitcoin. Weak, right? So I know, like, Cardano holders, your gains are going to be weak the entire year. You would be so much better off, like, just have holding Bitcoin, like, even through the bear market. Okay, so I can tell. So, all the YouTubers talking about this Cardano 25, that shit ain't going to happen. First off, I can see in the charts that whatever news you're talking about is not freaking real. Because this crap is weak. Real weak. I can see it in the charts. That's why my charts are more important than your YouTube hype person, just fanboy news. Because that crap ain't real. And if you go out there, like, especially VeChain was like the worst at this. Actually, now I would say the best at this. They're the best at convincing retail investors to give them their money while they're not cash flow positive. Hell, they don't even have real customers yet. They have partnerships. And you can see it on their blockchain. They're like the 49th most used blockchain in the world because no one's freaking using their blockchain for business. Right? One of its competitors, Tone, Tone, TE Food, I think they're getting ready to switch their name to something else, but it's Tone, TE Food. They're a competitor, and they're wiping the floor with VeChain, and their market cap is like 20 million. They have 6,000 customers. Their blockchain throughout the bear market was the 10th to the 8th most active in the world of all blockchains. Why? Because paying customers are using it. So I can tell. So could I tell that in the charts? Actually, no, I couldn't. I use Blocktivity in the blockchain. So you could either see it in the blockchain activity or the charts. Maybe I should supplement my saying. But anyway, but I will bet you in gains by the end of the year, we will be able to see that in the charts. Which company is cash flow positive and which one is just taking investor money without anything to show. VeChain is damn good at marketing, damn good at getting YouTubers to talk about it, damn good at like getting people to drink their juice when they don't have a whole lot to show. They talk about China, Sam's Club, and Walmart partnerships. They're not on the blockchain. That crap ain't happening. It ain't happening. You're literally giving people your money so they can pay their employees while they're not making a profit. That's what you're doing with Cardano too, right? So I'm going on a tangent, whatever. But it's important for new viewers to really see what a lot of crypto is all about. It's just companies attempting to make a company using blockchain technology, which is a fantastic technology, but most businesses fail. And all these businesses actually most of them are failing. They're relying on your money. Cardano relying on your money for 5 freaking years to keep the lights on. That is weak. The chance of them just failing is so big, and people have been throwing money at it for 5 years. They haven't even really started a company. They haven't released a single product. They haven't made a single sell. Would you believe in a company who hasn't made a single successful sale of their product? What is wrong with you people? Man, but I'm trying to help you. I don't want to hate on you or anything. Could Cardano be amazing? Sure. They shouldn't be throwing your freaking money at it until it has something to show for, what are you doing? Why are you allowing it to get bigger than Ford Motor Company? It's bigger than Ford Motor Company. Nothing to show. Gee whiz. All right, be pro. So that's seeing charts in the news. No more tangents the rest of the video. MTV, I think the play on MTV, even though it's finding support here on the dollar chart, what's really happening? Actually, you know what? I think the play might be on the, yeah, it kind of hit resistance here. So it just went on like an 800% run. It's probably going to go sideways for the whole month of April. Kind of like BPRO. It's not going to break these all-time highs. It doesn't have the juice. It has to let the weekly 10 EMA catch up, which I'm really sorry. I don't have that on my chart, but it just went straight up. It doesn't look like it's going to break this support because this acted as fantastic support for quite a while. This will probably prove as support, which means if you want to make money off of playing ranges, this is a pretty big percentage. So if you want to play from here to there, yeah, that's 50%. You can double your money. So if you buy this dip, if you buy this line and you sell around here, because sometimes the second push up is higher than the first, you double your money. A 50% drop down is a 100% rise in price. Watch. If you don't believe me, watch. Well, how did I get 50%? So, well, anyway, 50% here is 100% up, right? So maybe this isn't a 50% play, but it's a pretty big range. So still learning how to use trading. Yeah, 60%. So you can 1.6 extra money, okay, in this range. And you can do it probably twice. So what's 1.6 times 1.6? Okay. So way more than double your money, okay? So yeah, it's just going to go sideways. It's going to play a range. If you want to play this range here, the two lines, the top line should be, well, it might be a slightly lower. Actually, no, it'll probably hit that line. Is 0.0077, and the bottom line is 0.005. Yeah, right? It's actually slightly lower. 0.0049, okay? If you want to buy at 0.0049, sell at whatever I just said, can't remember, 0.0077 or so, and you could probably do that twice, and you could probably double your money, okay? Playing ranges is super profitable, especially when Bitcoin's going down. That's about the only way to make some real money. If you're not using leverage, which I strongly suggest you don't do. The money in this month is going to be playing ranges, but you have to sell, 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 sell. Do you sell all of your MTV? If you're playing MTV, absolutely not. Should you sell 20, 30%? Maybe. Maybe. I personally don't ever, I rarely do anything more than 50 bag unless I buy a breakout of a coin that I don't give two shits about, and I put in limit sells immediately for about 150% over current price wherever I see overhead resistance around that point, and I more than double my money, and I'm in and out, and I go hunt my next one and do it again. I'm selling, 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 selling all the time, all the time. It's freaking ring, ring, ring when I have my headphones on. KuCoin's going ring, ring, ring all the time because I'm very diversified, and I'm always hunting for breakout coins that I don't give two shits about, and I'm going to 100 bag it. 100 bag means I sell all, right? In and out, in and out, in and out. All right, but the coins I care about, I typically sell like 30 to 50%, and then buy dips because I'm very comfortable when I'm selling. Oh, Vibecoin, gee whiz, why are you still going up? I really think Vibecoin will come down to one of these three levels. I just, with Bitcoin going down, I mean, it could keep screaming. I think it's not within the three most probable situations. I think the three most probable are this level, and this level, okay? And those three levels, if you want to know, and put your limit buy orders, kind of, which this is not financial advice, or I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some halfway random dude on the internet talking about cryptocurrency, okay? And about $1.19 is one, $1.03. I think $1.03 is most probable. I think that's most probable. Well, there's a lot of stuff here going on. I don't know which one's most probable, honestly. One of these two is going to be the most probable to hit. Third most probable, and the fourth most probable is it finds this as support. Okay, so two what ifs it comes up here, builds support, and then flies high, and it freaking ignores what Bitcoin's doing. Or the second what if, it just keeps going up, which it absolutely could. It absolutely could, but I don't think it's within the top three most probable. Via coin is mechanical, like Bitcoin typically moves with this. Idea, which is a coin we follow on this channel, we're kind of checking out, and Silo doing the same exact thing. So whatever I say here applies to Silo, with one exception. The breakout point, to which limit buy orders might be a good idea, at least for me, would be 50 cents exactly. It's just 0.5. It's right on the nose. So for Silo, though, the breakout level was 0.0068, 0.0069 or so, maybe just a tad under, like 0.00689 or whatever. But anyway, it got a failed breakout. And this is really common when Bitcoin gets hesitant and starts going down, right? So will it bust below there? If it does, it'll probably find this support line here, where these two candles are, but the likelihood of it going below that is extremely low. So I would say maybe that's a 20% probability. This is like a 70% probability. And for it to stick this landing here or stick this landing here might be, the rest of the percent, okay? And then two what ifs is it just goes up, but I don't think it's going to happen, okay? And the second what if is if it just goes kabloop and hits like this support here. But very, 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 very unlikely situations, okay? So apply the same darn thing to Idea. Idea and Silo both had failed breakouts, mostly because Bitcoin's going down. All right, and which was another clue that I had that Bitcoin wasn't gonna make all-time highs because the market sentiment is failed breakouts. There's just so many signals that this one. I've been trying to tell y'all for like 3 weeks. I'm really sorry that all these YouTubers out there are saying all-time highs, continue up high. Yeah, like, no. Ethereum to 2800. Look at this fib line. Oh my gosh. I'm really sorry to say. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just better at seeing stuff than most people, but I think this is basic. Like, I just don't know why other people can't see this. So if you're tuning to this channel and have been for a while, like, I feel sorry that there isn't more, like, there are other folks with good information out there, but it's just not very common. And I'm really sorry about that. But I'm fighting the good fight, trying to help everybody out. So you don't turn into a fanboy or a fangirl. ADB, this is looking pretty weak, folks. That's not good. This is one of my kind of like my hodl till December coins. I don't like this. Oh no, that's only 37%. I thought it was looking more like 60. Yeah, so after this nice run, 40 to 60% correction is totally normal. So let's measure. Where's 40%? Yeah, that's right at 50. So it's probably gonna hit that line. Pretty basic rule, especially when Bitcoin's falling. And if it falls a little lower to 60, it will probably be congruent to these candles and that wick. So right here would be the lowest within reason that it would go. So if you see it hit this line, that might or might not be an amazing opportunity to buy it. And that level is lots of zeros, 12. I think it's 6 zeros. This level where it's more likely to hit and stay is 1463, okay? So those are my points. So this is what it means to be confident when you buy, new viewers. You buy red candles, or you buy a breakout of a green candle. So breakouts and dips, breakouts and dips. And then buy, sell ranges, buy, sell ranges. Those are the 3 ways to make your money. Buying and praying, OMI to $1, which is not going to even come close to happening this year. That could happen in 2025 at the end, but after it goes down to less than a fifth of a penny by about May 2023 is my guess. Because usually Bitcoin bottoms around January, February of the year after the blow off top, and altcoins keep going down for several months thereafter, sometimes a half a year after. Sometimes it's more like October of perhaps October of 2023. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we got for ADB. Very, very, very good potential to get into that if you are not into that yet. It is a small cap coin. It has a pretty big following, a pretty big community. It's not in a saturated space such as Ethereum Killer of 2017, like Neo and all those hype coins. of 2017, and then the hype coins this year are DeFi, everything's DeFi. But we actually have two types of hype coins. Now we have NFTs, which are even, you can make a lot of money in it, but you need to, if you're in that, you better watch my market cycles crashes. That crap probably will crash, and it probably will not come back next bull run. I almost guarantee it. This is not my first rodeo. Could I be wrong? Yes. But I think I have house odds. I think I am the house on that one, because I've seen this kind of crap before, and that stuff, like maybe for artists, but maybe it adds value for artists, but I'm pretty sure there are better ways to add value for artists that are like real use scenarios. I don't think that's going to stick, people. I think that has a high probability of disappearing and not coming back. Just like you're not hearing hype coins Ethereum killer this year. Did those come back? No, they didn't. Did EOS come back to the top 10? No, it didn't. Did Tron come back to the top 10? No, it didn't. Not even close. They're dropping. It's going to happen for NFTs, I'm telling you. Like, it's very probable. All right. Anyway, play. Ooh, this. Oh, crazy. Remember in that one video where I drew these lines saying this was how I would sell it because I don't know if it's going to hit this line, or somewhere in between? Let's look where it came to. Crazy. All of my sell orders but one would have been hit, and now I can buy it back down here. Crazy how that crap works. And new viewers, if you don't believe me, go back to my other videos. I drew these lines way before that happened. Sell like, or take profits like a boss. And for new viewers, you want to see how I did it? It's really easy. You go press this W up here on TradingView. If you don't have TradingView, go sign up. It's free. All you need is an email and a login or a password. That's it. Free. You look where there are lots of wicks and or candles all aligned. You do that everywhere. Draw lines every time you see it straight across. That's where price is going to stop. And if there are two lines sort of kind of close to each other, it'll probably stop. It'll either probably hit the top one and come bounce back down, or it'll pierce through this, or it'll pierce through one and come back down somewhere in between, or even down to this one. And this one actually came down even lower, so that's weak. I must have missed a line then. Right. Yeah, it's kind of a weak line, but a lot of times so the weaker lines with fewer candles of support and stuff, that's often where it blasts through and comes back down to find support. That's pretty common play, but I really didn't think it'd be this low. I mean, that should be more than a 60% drop. That's no, only 45, so that's pretty normal. So yeah, this is probably about the bottom of the range for it. It could play around here as well. No pun intended that this is called. Yeah. Actually, it did wick. Did it wick down to this? Hold on. Did it really already hit this line? Nuh-uh. Let me go on a different type. No freaking way. I just drew this line on the way. Yeah, it did. Okay. So yeah. Actually, it's probably going to hit it again. So if you are looking to get into play, since it's a small cap and it's a pretty neat looking project, I mean, a really good buy opportunity would be, I think that's 6 zeros. So 0.6 is 59. 59.29, or you might want to up it just a little bit because it might not dip that low, like 59.80, 86, something like that. But it'll probably hit that line again. Looking at the daily, what's the daily RSI doing? Yeah, it's gonna hit that line again. So yeah, it's. Oh wait, what did I say? 50. What did I say? 5,900, something like that. Yeah, it might come all the way down to where this wick was. It might go all the way down there, but sometimes it doesn't quite hit that. It might. So anyway, I would put limit buys around here. Watch. Okay? And watch, when we come back and see this in the future, it will have gone through it. Or very likely, just like it went through my sell orders, right? And now I'm buying low, taking profits like a boss. Always be selling. Always be selling. That's how you're going to make your money, because now I'm going to have more play. A lot more than you, even if we started off with the same amount. A ton more. Because you're doing this. Please go up. Please go up. And I'm saying, please go down, because I sold here and now I have a lot more. Okay? Like double. All right? So, and then when it goes back up, my money is more than doubling, you know? So you're in US dollars. I just wish more people. Crazy. Veracity is definitely going to go below the line I drew when I said, I think now's a good time to sell, and I got a lot of heat. Are you starting to believe me now? You folks, like, you need to get a clue. Like, look at the RSI. It just broke through the daily RSI, and it got rejected. This has a long way down. A long way down. You still have time to sell some at a higher price than I did. Or I would have. I had actually already sold earlier. But I got in and out of there. I took my 2.7x and got the hell out. But I kind of regret it. Not just because it went up, but I should have looked in. I used it as a 100-bagger, a coin that I didn't care about, and I just 2.8x and just didn't read about. A few of my commenters tried to give me a heads up that it could be game changer type of stuff. But people say that about everything, but those people are right. I've looked into it since then. I might try to scoop one of these, as long as the market cap's under 60 million, when it dips, I might try to get some. Anyway, yeah, so it's going to go below that line. And you know what, for us people, since y'all give me, I'm not even going to tell you where I'd buy it back, because that's what you get, okay? Not going to do it. I might next video, though. Or I might in a week, when it finally gets down that low. Just to rub it in. Yeah. All right, anyway, Shaw. Well, this is looking stronger than I would have thought it would be. I actually don't know what this is going to do. I don't see it coming below this. It's stair-stepping up. The daily RSI is above its green line. It's poking its head. I don't know. This could stair-step its way up. What's the 4-hour doing? Yeah, actually, you know what? I think this is going to keep stair-stepping. The 4-hour just touched the red line. A lot of times, you got to get down to get up. It doesn't have to stay down there that long, especially when the daily is above its green line. Yeah, this is going to go up higher. This is going to break that high. Shaw, now, will it screen pass? Probably not. I think it's going to stair-step. Yeah, this should break this by the next time I do my video. And so I'll leave that line here. Watch. Okay, and I'll actually write 4.8 with a question, so we know what I was talking about. 4.8, and I'll make a line up. Okay, yeah, it probably will. Now, will it definitely? No, I don't know that. But it's probably, it looks like way more than 50% likely. I mean, the 4-hour RSI just reset, and the daily RSI is still above its green line. So, I mean, they're about ready to be in unison. 4-hour RSI going up, and daily RSI is still in the green territory, bullish territory. Yeah, so both, it just came down to find lower support, probably similar to the failed breakouts of Silo and Idea, mostly likely because Bitcoin's going down, the whole market's kind of, but at least it had really good support here. Okay, so it probably won't drop a lot further. If it does, it'll probably stop at the bottom of all this where this meets. So it could drop down here like that. So that's about, so if you see it at that line, what is that? 1.44 cents. That might or might not be a fantastic time to buy. Probably not as fantastic as that. What was it? ADB? That looked like a deep dip. I mean, that was deep. Tone. Yep, Tone's just playing around. Oh yeah, remember when I said you had more than one chance to buy and sell at top of a range and all the money made in ranges? And so you should measure from the top of the first pump, go down about 18% and sell somewhere around there. You know, like, you know, somewhere around here. Well, look, that's where I would have been selling, and this is where I would have been buying. Look how many times you can do that crap, okay? And look how much you would have increased your money. It doesn't look like a huge run, though. Maybe 25% or something. Oh, no, that's huge. Double your money twice. Was I playing this range? No. I'm trying to train my bots right now with most of my money. And before I went to bed, I was playing with the parameters, and I accidentally hit less than or equal to on a couple key ones. Actually, no, I forgot to change them because the default it's less than or equal to, and I woke up and I might maybe lost like 15% of my money in that simply because I didn't look at the sign. Yeah, that was not a very fun surprise, but that was just me being stupid when I was tired and haven't slept very long. So, anyway, so yeah, I have my money tied up in my bot so I can serve my Patreon community, and I just lost a lot of money last night being stupid. But I'll get it back. It's fine. Especially because I know how to play ranges and double my money really quickly, right? But would I try to play this again? No. The next time it comes down, I mean, you typically don't have 4 chances to sell. On the 4th try, it'll probably bust through. So if you bought here, that would be good, but I probably would buy and hold until it scraped up. That would be my play there. All right, idea, we already did that, same as that. The key level is 50 cents. OLT, still looking freaking bull. Like, I'm bullish as shit on this, okay? I really think this could scream, folks. Like, you know, I've already talked about this a lot, so yeah, it's still looking good. It's still looking at a pretty decent buy area, chance to buy. Could you buy it like 10% lower? Maybe, but once Bitcoin gets confident, it's gonna scream. So anyway, car vertical. I thought car vertical just went on a nice pump, but it is not done. Car vertical is just getting started. I think the car vertical is going to ignore Bitcoin, and the 4-hour looks pretty hesitant. The weekly looked good. What's the daily? Yeah, this is going to keep stair-stepping. This is going to ignore Bitcoin, so it will probably hit this line. Okay, so I would straddle this if I'm going to 20 bag it, right? I think it usually pierces through altcoins, so like that, and when we come back a couple days, it'll probably have pierced through most of those, okay? Just like it usually always does. And remember, new viewers, it's because look at all these damn candles over here. That's going to be heavy resistance. Now, in a really hard, actually, you know what? I don't know that for sure. Hold on. Oh yeah, 300%. Now, if this line were only like 150%, I would guess that it would come up to that line and then come to rest on this. But since that's 300%, yeah, it'll get rejected pretty hard. And actually, you know what? Since it is 300%, I would probably move this down. I probably would not try buying over it. I would try to buy at it and just under it. So like, whatever, like that. I would try buying there. Like I would literally set different buy orders just under it. So that's what I would do. I don't know, little sell orders. ENQ, yep, still looking strong. It formed a good base. Looks like it'll stair step as well. And I didn't go into the RSIs and everything just because I kind of said the same thing last time. I said I think it's ready. So like I said, this is what it means, hit or miss. Some coins are a hit, some are a miss. This is how it happens when Bitcoin goes down. When Bitcoin's going up, everything's a freaking grand slam as long as you know how to buy and sell. You're not selling chasing green candles. This is why it's so important to watch a channel something like this. You don't have to watch mine. I don't care. Just watch somebody who's giving you good information because you can literally change your life. And we're only about 40% through the bull market. You easily have enough time to turn $1,000 into $1 million. I'm not joking, but you can't do it by buying and praying. You have to be selling a lot, and you have to be hunting for coins, and you probably need to join a community in which you all scout coins together and plan your entries and exits, and don't rely on one content creator to do it, even though I will help. So yeah. This is front running the ribbons crossing. That's interesting. So this is going to retrace. This is going to come back down into this. Zell is going to come back down to at least this wick here. It's going to retrace. It's going to come back down here. Because typically when, so I design these ribbons in a very special way, kind of information. But yeah, when a coin front runs these, it almost always comes back down almost exactly when they're trying to cross. So like that, it's probably, yeah, it might stop at this line, something like that. But it has like an 80% chance of retracing. DAPPT, another failed breakout. So apply everything I said about Silo to this. The level though is 0.0045. Okay, so if you want to put your buy orders in there, that could or could not be a really good time to buy, because usually blue sky breakouts, especially if you have a second chance to buy it, pretty good opportunities, because blue sky breakouts are strong and it's allowing its weekly moving averages to catch up, like Idea, Silo, and I guess Bolt too, because it's got so much pressure just under it, so it's a slightly different scenario. But Idea, Bolt, and what the hell did we just look at? DAPPT, did I say Silo? Yeah, whatever. I need more coffee. But yeah, those ones, and ADB actually, for totally different reasons, a dip, looked like really good potential buy opportunities, honestly. But this is not financial advice. I'm just a half random dude on the internet. So, I mean, oh, look at this. Look where I put my sell orders. Now look where I can buy it back. And when it goes back up, how much more dollars will I have? 2.25 my amount of dollars. Because I have more capacity. Do you see how this works? You sell. Did I sell all my capacity? No. But I think I sold 20 and 30% because I'm, yeah. So now my 20 bag will be roughly like a 35 back. It'll be 35% of my holdings now. So, because my overall holdings increased. This is how you grow your wealth, folks. See how it hit that perfectly? It just freaking works, especially on the Bitcoin pairing. So if you're looking at only US dollar pairings, you should really stop that. Bitcoin pairings are the play when you're selling, I'm telling you. Now for dips coming back down, yeah, if it has a US dollar pairing, a lot of times it plays the US dollar. But the US dollar one that it plays, it typically lands pretty close to a Bitcoin pairing line horizontal as well, but not always. That was another failed breakout. This is probably a pretty good opportunity to buy Cero. That's deep, 70%. Ouch. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I might pick this back up because I did sell somewhere. I can't remember where I sold, but I sold all of it actually because I wanted to move into Tether. I think I might pick that back up actually. That's a deep correction. All right, map. Failed breakout. Same thing. That line is right at 10 cents. All right, I think I gotta be done. West. We'll do West BTC and West USD, then I gotta be done. All right. I think the play, yeah, it just got rejected. Bitcoin's going down, it's coming down. Yeah, you just got a second chance to buy down here. US dollar pairing price, kind of the same thing. Nope. Yeah, oh yeah, so on the US dollar pairing, what it's doing, it's a failed breakout. So same thing with Silo, same thing with Idea. Failed breakouts. When a coin's breaking out, when Bitcoin's going down, this is what happens. But it's a great opportunity to have a second chance to rebuy a blue sky breakout. When Bitcoin's going up, this would not have happened. You don't have a second chance. There's lots of second chances. So that's why I keep saying, hopefully it's not, now you can maybe start to see why I would prefer price to go down, because you can make more money when price goes down. Then it goes up forever. I'm telling you, you make more money. These are second chances, people. Second chances. Second chances. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. All right, you just got Timified. I got to go. Happy Wednesday. And if you are in Great Britain or Germany, have a good night. Go to sleep. And don't stare at the charts too much because you need to be going to bed. It's like 11. It's like midnight there. See you later.